So now it's on to the second part of the lab, the outdoor food pyramid lab with edge effect. So you gathered your numbers when we were outside on Friday. And again, what I gathered, used the numbers that you got, but I found there were 5 plants in the 1.1 meter by 0.1 meter area. And I got that there were 10 bugs still in my area that was 0.5 meters by 0.5 meters. And lastly, 3 birds over the whole area. And the whole area was 300,000 square meters. So to do my pyramid of numbers, 5 plants is an area 0.01 meters squared. So how many plants would I find in 300,000 meters squared? So I'm going to cross multiply. And then I'm going to solve for x. And I get 150 million plants. That's the base of my food chain. Bugs, just look back at what we did for the bugs, so I won't redo that work. But for the bugs, we ended up with 12 million bugs. And again, the birds is the same with the 3 birds. So here, my pyramid of numbers, again, I always am going to put my producers, the base trophic level. My bugs then is going to be 12 million. Again, this is not to scale, but I could draw it to scale. Be very challenging though with only 3 birds on top. So that would be my pyramid of numbers. Is this pyramid of numbers the same as the pyramid of numbers more in the middle of the graph? And the answer is no. Were the edge plants and insects the same? Okay, again, it was cold, so our insects we had to estimate, but no, they definitely weren't the same. There were less plants. Okay, and what you may have observed also, I think several of you did and even commented on it, and the plants that were there looked different. So what does all this mean? What this means is we definitely noticed that there was a difference on the edge. Okay, and that's what the edge effect is. The edge effect, right here, refers to changes in the population or community that occur at the boundary of 2 habitats. Okay, did we notice an edge effect? Yeah, we did a little bit. We had less plants and the plants were different. And so, again, less plants and different plants. Who is this going to impact? Typically, again, it's always our specialists. So the specialists are going to typically be impacted. So I'm going to skip down here to explain how an edge effect could decrease biodiversity. You can have a loss of your specialists because, again, your specialists need very special conditions or specific conditions that may not exist on the edge. They might need a more dense in this lab grass or something like that. So you may have a loss of specialists may occur, which will lead to a loss of biodiversity, since specialists have a narrow range of tolerance. So especially an edge, like again a sidewalk edge or road edge, on edge, and this occurs typically in edge between an ecosystem and in urban areas, roads, homes, things like that. Definitely could have this decrease of biodiversity. However, you could also have an increase of biodiversity because I have two ecosystems. So I'm just going to sketch here. I have ecosystem 1 and ecosystem 2. Again, forest prairie. This zone in the middle here, again, the word for that is an ecotone. And ecotones tend to have a high level of biodiversity because they can have organisms sometimes from both ecosystems. So this edge could actually cause an increase of biodiversity. However, typically whenever we talk about an edge effect is usually a negative effect, usually not an effect that we're excited about. Usually it's going to cause this decrease. But again, if it is between two pristine ecosystems and it's an ecotone, you actually could have a higher level of biodiversity. So now please turn to page 2. So page 2 in your notes. So page 2 in your notes. And there's the thing on edge effect, and go ahead and complete that. So right there, page 2 in your notes, and go ahead and complete that little question or section on the edge effect. Thank you.